What's going on, you guys? In this video, I want to go over my 4 income sources and how much money I make. I think it's good to talk about my 4 income streams and kind of use this video as a baseline and as a starting point moving forward. So that way I understand and you guys understand where I'm coming from as we grow these numbers and move on to different income sources. Now, to start off, I wanted to just encourage you guys to talk more about money. Nobody talks about money, and therefore they don't have it. I believe the reason that most people are poor and don't have money is because they don't talk about it. If you never talk about the thing, how would you expect to have more of it? It's funny that the people who are rich have convinced all of the poor people that, oh, you don't want money. Money doesn't make you happy, all this stuff. And yes, there's some truth to that, blah, blah, blah. But it's funny how wanting money is just so taboo and you're not supposed to want money. And even I get told by people that I'm greedy or that I only want money, but they don't understand things like the freedom that provides. And it's also very hypocritical. I talk to people who go to work every single day working for money. But when I talk about wanting money, they say, oh, I'm greedy or whatever. It's not about the actual dollar amount. It's about what that provides. It provides freedom. It provides security and all these other things that you guys probably already understand. If you don't talk about something, you're probably not gonna have it. Anyways, let's get into it. I'm gonna start off here by smallest to largest. The first 2 are gonna be business related and the second 2 are gonna be active income or work related. So the first and smallest source of income that I have is my book. Now, this is still a very new income source. I only started making income from this thing in October and it is December right now. So I only really have 1 to 2 months based off of income to kind of judge this off of. But right now in income, my book brings in about $100 a month. Now that's broken up between a bunch of different variations of my book, like the hardcover, paperback, ebook, and just recently the audiobook. At this point in time, based on the book's price point, I make between $5 and $10 per book I sell. Again, this is kind of a rough estimate and I don't know where this is gonna go in the future, but right now I make about $100 a month or $1,200 a year if it ends up going that far. My second income source is YouTube. So thanks for watching the channel because chances are I made a tiny bit of money from your view. At this point in my YouTube career, I've probably produced anywhere between 200, 250 videos. So I'm at the point where I've got a pretty good library of things to watch. So I still bring in a consistent amount of views every single day just because I have a plethora of topics on my channel. My YouTube channel income is pretty comparable to my book income. However, I suspect it's gonna be a little bit more consistent. The YouTube channel brings in anywhere between $80 to $100 a month. Granted, keep in mind that this is also just income. This doesn't count the expenses, like the camera that I'm using to film this exact video and other things like that. These are just income. So my first and second income sources are all business related. $200 a month that I bring in from my business. Now, like I said, these are kind of variable. For example, if I just stopped making YouTube videos altogether, yes, I would consistently make money from my channel. However, I would expect that to go down slowly over time. So it does require some upkeep. It's not just passive income. On the flip side, there are videos that I've made years ago that I still make money off of today. So there is that benefit from it. Now, as far as expenses go, I put in everything I make and more into my business. So yes, everything at the end of the day, there's no profit that has been made. I put everything as well as some additional income into these things to grow them. But all in all, about $2,400 from the business each year. Now, the third source of income that I have is my second job. I worked for Hilton Hotels for about 3 years before I left college and got a new job. However, I still stayed on with the company. So I have a second job at Hilton Hotels. I work as a banquet server. Now, this is an on-call position. So basically what it means is that I get to pick working a shift whenever I want. If I want to work more, I can. If I want to work less, that's totally cool. I don't really work a whole lot, just kind of whenever I have the time or want some extra money. Now, the main reason that I stayed on with this company was not for the additional money. It was because I was able to keep some of my benefits. Mainly, the benefit that I wanted to keep was my employee discount on hotels. As a hotel employee, you can pretty much travel anywhere in the world at any company hotel you want for $35 a night, which was a tremendous and still is a tremendous advantage for my business and for my channel. I could travel somewhere that I needed to and film a video while drastically reducing my costs. So yes, I was able to make extra income whenever I wanted and I didn't really have to work that much. But more importantly, I was able to keep down my costs, and that was the main reason why I ended up staying with the company. It was just a good business decision and definitely an advantage I wanted to have in my pocket to keep my costs low. It has also just helped me have some good experiences. I've been able to travel to cool places for a fraction of what I would originally go there for, and I could have that experience and do that thing for just a fraction of the price. So it's very cool, and it has allowed me to have some cool experiences. As far as income goes, this job brings in anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 a year. It really just depends on how often I want to work there. It is a tip-based job, but it will bring in roughly $25 an hour. That's super variable just because of the position it is. However, I really don't expect to be working there more than a couple times a year. This past year, it's probably brought in an extra couple $1,000s. So that position is $1,000 to $5,000 a year, but it's super variable. Now, the largest source of income that I have, and the fourth one, is my job as an accountant. My salary as an accountant is $63,000 a year, plus about $2,000 a year from stipends and contributions from my employer. So overall, this job gives me about $65,000 a year. I work in public accounting, and in the industry right now, there's just simply a lack of people going into it. So I was able to get paid more and take advantage of the fact that not many younger people are going into the industry that I am. So therefore, it's just simple supply and demand. There's a low amount of labor, so people like me can get a little bit more money, and I got to choose which company I wanted to go to. This offered me leverage in negotiations and other opportunities like that. Now, $65,000 a year is decent for somebody my age. It's nowhere near to what I'm looking for. However, it's okay. It does come with some cons though, which I'll get into. In public accounting, I work based off of something called billable hours. Basically, how my contract is structured is I'm required to work so many hours a year, and that is why I get paid what I do. And the amount of hours that I'm required to work is over the traditional 40 hours a week. And those additional hours are not paying overtime. It's just my normal salary. So what I'm getting at is I'm required to work more than average in order to get my salary, which kind of sucks. Based on my yearly hourly contract, boiled down, it means I'm required to work about 43 hours a week opposed to the traditional 40. So think about that. That's an additional 3 hours a week of time and a half, because it would be overtime, that I'm not getting. So that definitely makes this a little less attractive. But let's get into our total here. This total is a little bit variable, but I make roughly $70,000 a year in income. Now, throughout this journey on this channel, I'm looking to increase not only that number, but also how I make that number. I only make about 1 to 1.5% of that number through my business, and I'm looking to increase that percentage. It's not just how much money you make, but it's how you make it and what you have to do in order to get that thing. Also, how you make that money offers different things like freedom, leverage, security, all that stuff. So that's something that we're gonna be doing moving forward and trying to figure out how to navigate this and grow this number. I hope this video serves as a good baseline. I can reference this and you guys can reference this as we go along this journey to increasing our financial freedom.